Good morning on this Monday, the 13th of July. I did promise a couple of days ago that I was going to show a couple more photos from Mount Inkerman, and this is from the lookout looking to the east over the ocean. The view is absolutely spectacular. That is Cape Upstart to the east, the raised region. A lot of swampy ground around it, and looks like there's a camping area on the far side of the Cape from what we can see. This morning I thought I'd read a fairly short passage from Matthew's Gospel, Matthew chapter 10, verses 40 to 42. And Jesus tells his disciples and us, "Whoever welcomes you welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. Whoever welcomes God's messenger because he is God's messenger will share in his reward. And whoever welcomes a good man because he is good will share his reward. You can be sure that whoever gives even a drink of cold water to one of the least of these of my followers, because he is my follower, will certainly receive a reward." And there's a similar passage in Mark 9. Just double checking that one. Yeah, Mark 9. But this notion that we should actually welcome the people who have good news. That God will meet us in the unexpected. One other place Jesus says, people have entertained angels unaware, because they're just offering simple hospitality. And it's an interesting thing that we talk about welcoming people in church. The only place in the Bible that actually explicitly tells people it's a good idea is actually the short letter of 3 John, where John actually commends people for welcoming people in worship. It's one of those things that should be a fairly obvious idea, but it's not explicitly said. And that might be my theory is that's one of the reasons why the letter of 3 John is actually in there, because it's about welcoming people into our community, into our midst. And of course, our church life isn't just worship, what we do on worship. And admittedly, that is quite difficult at the moment with all this weird contact tracing stuff going on. And I did see a lovely video from a Baptist church in the US where they're making a good gag about it all, about being met by friendly people, and the person was in full hazmat suit, doing greeting at the door, and with long mechanical hands doing shaking, all that sort of crazy stuff. But we are meant to be people who welcome. And true hospitality means giving people what they need, to acknowledge who they are. Some people tend to think it's about being nice. It can be, but if people are living in delusion, completely confused about what they're doing, part of catering for their needs is to actually bring them to see a clearer view of reality. And to do that, as simple as, look, you're thirsty, I need to give you a glass of water. You're God's servant. You're in this community. You need to be careful how you talk about a particular topic, because you want to get God's love across. How do we actually do that? And if we share in that, then we all grow together. One of the great joys of what I do as we teach is see people actually gain the confidence to do that. One of my greatest frustrations in being a leader in ministry has been to see people expecting the leader to do it all. And no leader, no pastor, no servant of God is capable of doing everything that needs doing, because God has chosen us to be a community together. In fact, what he's doing with the believers who follow Jesus is to actually recreate us into being what humanity is meant to become. That we're meant to be like Christ. And Christ, yes, he welcomed everybody, but he challenged them. People were compelled to come near to him. He was so attractive. People wanted to know who he was. And when they drew near, he confronted them with the truth about who they were. But he didn't stop there, because Jesus gives to each of us the ability to, with the gift of the Spirit, with the gift of transformation, to be lovingly and powerfully transformed. So, yeah, let's share the rewards. Let's see God draw people to himself and challenge them and us to become better than what we are and to become all that God's called us to be, now and always. Amen.